am going cross-country schooling for the first time in 2022. I'm just taking Kato to have a lesson with Lucinda Green.
Smaller and smaller and smaller. Boom, diddy, boom, diddy, boom. I'm going to regulate that one so they go bam, 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 and just go clack, clack. Ugh, this is hard work.
Not the camera, not the camera, not the camera. Kato, get off. Get off. Hey guys, and welcome back to this week's vlog. This week's vlog is I am going cross-country schooling for the first time in 2022 and the first time since Bicton to start in October. Just taking Kato to have a lesson with Lucinda Green. Now I've got some exciting news to tell you guys. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll know about the Lucinda Green Cross Country Academy. But I want to explain that. I'm going to get Lucinda to explain a little bit, and I'm going to take you along for my lesson so you can see me having a lesson with her, and then we can discuss the Lucinda Green Cross Country Academy a little bit later on, because it's such an exciting academy, it's such an exciting thing, and I'm so excited and I've benefited so much for it. Anyway, I am here at the field. There they are. Zeb's actually waiting for his breakfast because he hasn't had his breakfast yet, and I've forgotten a head collar for Kato, so I need to grab that, get Kato loaded and give Zeb his breakfast because we went on an early morning hack. So you haven't had your breakfast yet, have you, Zebedee? Okay, I've put the camera down because I don't think I can do this one-handed. Feed Zeb, catch Kato and hold the camera. Kato, get off! Get off! And go away! Go away! He's all loaded. There he is, aren't you, buddy? Hey? Hello. So he is loaded up. And we're going to head on our way. As you can tell, I have no one here with me, so the filming isn't quite up to Scott standard or what you're used to, but we've got to work with what we've got. Okay guys, so we have arrived at Tweezledown with our lesson, cross-country lesson with Lucinda Green. I'm sure most of you all know who Lucinda Green is, but she is an event rider who competed in the Olympics. She won badminton numerous times, like an amazing, amazing lady who has achieved so much. She's absolutely phenomenal. I think that's how you say it. Really exciting for her to see Kato again today, because the last time was back in about July time, I think, July, August. So it'd be really good 8 months on to see what she thinks and how we get on. Sorry guys, he is so tall and he keeps liking to put his head really high up at the minute, and I'm tiny, so that's not really working. Honestly, this is like the worst filming I've ever done, I think, in my life. Scott, don't hate me. Okay, I'm just walking down. I'm slightly late, but I'm hoping she is also late because I need to have a little warm up. Kato seems to have got a spurt on now. I think he knows where he is. He's excited. He's ready to go cross country. I'm going to put my stirrups up now, actually.
Are you going to try?
Yeah, I then felt they were too long.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, he looked at it, so try one hole and see how you go.
Yeah,
but he looks lovely and happy. And
yeah, and actually
relaxed. So we're just going to play this game. And we're not into worrying about standing off or getting in deep. I want your horses to be the thinkers. You're going to be the steerers and the balancers. And if they start to off, you're going to say, no, we don't go that fast. And basically your ambition is just what it was when you warmed up. It's to give them as early as possible a vision of the fence. And to say, do you want it? Yes, you do. Great. And just sit there and wait. And if they say, what, I can't see anything, come on, get on with it. You know, do something if they're not saying, I want it, I want it. But I don't want the speed increasing. We're quite relaxed at the minute, but we're looking rather fast here. We want it to be quite relaxed. want it here, and I'm going to regulate that one so that they go into it. If he runs when you land, woohoo, and don't be shy to do that, because he has got to learn who the captain of the ship is. Good boy.
It was fine, but let's say I went down something and then I don't know, it was all
What
just...
does everybody else do that rides in 2 legs?
Oh no, I'm sure they're probably fine.
Why shouldn't you be?
Okay, but you literally...
I thought you did bloody well.
I
He's
couldn't...
so loving it. We love him for loving it.
Yeah.
But we just don't think we got a lot of control. What I really
No.
liked was he said, yeah, I have been a bit dashing. Put his own little stride in there because he felt he was too fast.
This is really good for him, but the turning I do have an issue with.
And in a gag,
The gag, I couldn't really turn.
I mean, I don't want to change anything. What I would think about is, I'd think about having a bit with cheeks. Think about a waterfall if you haven't tried it. Do you want to try one?
Yeah, I would actually, yeah.
Again, now that's much better. I'd rather that than the flat out. But basically, you're so small that it's not interesting. Let's wait. Well done. Just try and give him the thinking time. He isn't prepared to take it any time. Oh, super well done, popping in that little extra stride. I think his legs are going faster than his brain. My idea of fun is little fences if he thinks it's a real waste.
Yeah.
Don't you? You're big and brave. Apart from the first, it was a little bit your fault because you didn't really give him much of a chance.
Yeah, no,
remember?
yes, yeah.
And just had a tiny wee, and I always think if they mess up the first fence, good actually, because then they'll be on the ball.
Yeah.
But he got on his game really well, I thought.
Yeah.
Super.
Yeah, no. I think I've just got to concentrate a bit more on the other horse. I don't have to, it just happens naturally, and I think on him and the other one I need to just...
Being behind the heel.
Because I think when I do, it is better.
Just whip those out. Yeah. And as I say, you can always put them back in again without having to take them to the saddler.
Yeah. Very
nice, eh? Super turn. This is more like it, he says, Christ's sake. I can see these ones. You're doing a straight line halt, and it's not a punishment, it's a training. And I want you to use your voice to warn them, and I want the canter to get smaller and smaller and smaller, because if you can keep his body straight, they learn then to sit down when you stop. Now, in a year's time, you can go across country, boom, diddy, boom, diddy, boom. You've only got to sit up, and they know what's coming next is a halt, because you've trained them to stay straight. And eventually finish with a straight line halt, but not as a punishment, just as a means of pulling up. Okay, just do the 2 purple ones again and get your leg in, not on the approach. Get your leg in now to get him up under you. You've got him without his engine, and when they're bigger it shows. So smaller stride, more legs sit behind. You're not trying to stand him off, you're trying to get the engine under him in his canter stride. Yeah, he loves to do that, that's fine. Yeah, beautiful, because you managed to get a bit of engine up the hill. That would be his weakness at the minute. Yeah, good girl. Well done. That's enough. So here we have a gorgeous 10-year-old Irishman who's got that magnificent ability to get right into the bottom of a fence and come up. And Ashley, most of the time, with your lower leg is difficult in this saddle because the knee pad gets in the way of you really getting your leg where you want it. But you've done very well. Because he's going, it's very easy to ride this horse without the leg. And then in that last second, when you go, oh, hang on, I can't go from here, I need to get in another stride, and I quite like to look at the fence, that's when you've really got to back up those hind legs, and that's where he's weak. The hind legs, when he puts in a little deep spot stride, the hind legs are not going boom, boom. They're just struggling a bit, which is why I suggest that he, in this good ground, he learns to canter really well downhill and learns to, that wonderful phrase, carry himself, balance himself. Again, a very much a two-way thing with him. You had a better bit. The gag that you had last year you didn't feel was so necessary now, but the snaffle, he was just being boisterous, wasn't he, and going straight through. So in went the Waterford, which doesn't nutcracker, so they don't go on their forehand very often so much when they haven't got the nutcracker of a snaffle. Can work the other way. A horse can come off his forehand when the nutcracker of the snaffle comes. You never know till you try. But he was instantly a better balanced horse in the Waterford. But then when we took him to the little bit bigger fences, you then realise the lack of power that I hadn't spotted over the little ones. So my feeling would be that you warm him up over little ones and let him do his thing, and then he should go and jump bigger fences and learn to get, he's never not going to go out the bottom is my feeling, and when he comes out the bottom he's got to come out the bottom, and to the point that I'd almost carry 1 or 2 polo whips, and I say polo because they are straighter, harder, and therefore you can go pap, 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 and just go clack clack with my 2 polo whips when I'm in that little deep spot that he'll take most of the time, but I want him to jump out of it and not just labour out of it. But a lot of that is going to be muscle work on hills, I think, and good dressage. Yes. No way is it beating him. It's just reminding him with another 2 pairs of legs that he's got hind legs, and I want him staccato off the ground. He's going to go to the bottom, and I want him sharp, and at 10 he should be getting there. And that's where you've got the work cut out, I think. Well done.
Right guys, so we have finished our cross-country session, which was absolutely amazing. I will talk a little bit more about that later, but I am here with Lucinda and I thought we would just talk about this amazing Lucinda Green Cross-Country Academy. Like I said earlier, if you follow me on Instagram, you will probably have seen me posting about it and stories. But if you don't follow me on Instagram, then I thought I would introduce Lucinda, and Lucinda can just give us a little bit of info about the academy, and we can just talk a little bit about that.
So we've just had a lovely lesson with Ashley and her super novice horse. In a week's time, I think a little bit more than that, February the 14th, the academy has one of its 2 annual openings. So if anybody is interested in joining us, £25 a month. You will get quite a lot for your money. Every month we do a video learning, and that's probably the only thing you need to watch. Most of the other stuff we do, you can listen in the car when you're mucking out or whatever. It's all on a Kajabi that enables you to be able to just have it on your iPhone. The second week we have insider info where we get somebody who's of real interest to the whole eventing world. It's maybe Eric Winter, designer of badminton, maybe Tim Price.
You've had Laura Collett.
Bartle, Laura Collett. We've had some lovely people giving us insider info once a month, and then the third Monday is for anybody who wants to come on and chat about on Zoom, chat about the lesson. The final Monday of the month is Mental Monday, I call it, Management Monday, whatever. It can be mind stuff for the rider, mind stuff for the horse. We've had a couple of those, brilliant. Then we can have management, it could be veterinary, shoeing, saddle fitting. We've had all sorts of things. We've had bit fitting too, I think. So this all goes up on the hub, recorded, so you can watch it whenever you like or listen to it whenever you want. It's a lot of fun, and I think the big thing about it, it's C for cross country, but it's also C for community. It runs its own Facebook, which people have become really involved with and help each other through the tough times, which we all know happen when horses are concerned. So if you want to join up, we'd love to have you.
Kato? Oh, I think Scott might be ringing me, so I need to answer that now. Okay guys, we have finished the cross-country session. I've just untacked Kato and sorted him out, sponged him down. That was a brilliant session. So like I said earlier, it was our first time cross-country schooling in 2022 since Bicton 2-star. We were a little bit sort of rusty, both of us, but I felt like we really got into it. And by the end, you know, we'd got back into it. This is so awkward because everyone's sort of watching me. We changed Kato's bit from the snaffle to a Waterford with cheeks, which helped hugely, A, with my turning, and B, just getting him off his forehand a little bit, because they're the two issues I have on cross country. Last year he went clear cross country all season, but I really did struggle to turn, and also to get him off his forehand. It was such hard work for me, so I'd literally come back from the cross country so out of breath. Lucinda really does have so much to offer, and kind of every lesson you have, she really helps you. I'm going to go and buy a Waterford snaffle. Well, I'm going to try and do some hills, cantering down, to try and get him to use his bum and get a little bit stronger in his hind legs, because that's what he struggles with. Right.